this Michael Harris season. I mean,
I've been thinking, I just, it's been up and down. You're gonna look at the body of work. It's not gonna be a bad year. When you see the homers and RBIs and what he's been through. I've said, and I told him earlier in the year, I got so much respect for him that through the ups and downs of the offensive struggles and adjustments and everything, he keeps playing defense. He keeps winning games on that side of the ball. So, it's like you see him do something like he did tonight. And, like I say, a week from today, we're going to look back at his year and go, that wasn't bad. If you're not living it day in and day out and up and down and everything, you just look at the total body of work, and there's a lot of guys in the big leagues I'll take that year. So you know what? He's just going to keep fighting. He's going to keep learning. And at some point in time, hopefully it clicks. And if it doesn't, that's a really good player. He didn't have to be 30 and 100 every year to be a winning player. He could be a part of a really good lineup.
how about just to see Ronald remind you of that incredible opposite field power?
Yeah, no. I mean, he's been swinging. I think he's been swinging the bat really good for a while now. I mean, sitting really, squaring up some velocity, and when he's going that way, my God, he's dangerous. And just hopefully he can finish on a good note too, and have a good feel going into his off season. He came back and got through it all.
That was Waldrop's last start, probably?
Yeah.
Good. You got to be pleased with what he's done.
Absolutely. No, I just look. He's done a good job the last two games of hanging around and finishing his last inning, where he gives himself a chance to win the game. Guys came back last time he pitched against the Nationals, and he's kind of fighting things a little bit with the mix and all that today. But he settled in and he got the last out in the sixth. And you know what? When you can do that, then a lot of things might happen in the bottom of that inning where you end up getting a win out of it, and he did. Instead of being 4-something, he's 6-1. So that's he's come a long way too, really long way, and be good for him going into the off season and his training program when he gets spring training. He's going to have a better idea what he's in for.
6-1 with a 2.88 ERA. It's pretty.
Yeah, he's been great, and I'm glad that he's going to be, the biggest thing with those young guys was after their last start, I want them to be able to make their next one, and he's going to be able to do that.
Not that these guys need like extra motivation in the off season, but when you do have that success and you're able to kind of, I guess, how excited would you be to see him next spring? And just knowing
it's not as much about being, it's just about I can compete here. That's a big question in guys' minds, I think, when they come here, because they've never been through this, and they come here and they do well like that, and he goes and he says, you know what, I belong here. And I think that's as much as anything, that I can compete here, I can be a part of this, and that gives them the confidence, and they go back and look at their films and stuff like that, and I think that's huge for them.
But just from a club perspective, to have a guy step up like that and give you that, you never know what next year's going to bring, but just when you're going to the off season and saying, you feel a little bit better about your depth,
No, we do. Yeah, absolutely. When they come and they perform like that, and performance will make you feel better. And because as we've seen, we need a bunch of them. You need a lot of starters. That'd be the biggest thing, because you just never know. In today's game, you're not going to start the season probably with 5 and end with 5. It just doesn't work that way anymore in the game. So you need a lot of depth starters, and you need controllable ones, because you're going to have to, you got to, next year they'll be talking about the end of March, where we got to start somewhere, because it's going to change. And that's when, you have a lot of tough conversations with guys. It's just like, we got to start somewhere, but it's really good to see young guys develop and kind of get the feel for things. And, the young guys with athleticism and that drive and competitiveness. Hurst is a very competitive young man, and just to see the growth in him from last year to now, really, really cool.
10 wins in a row. How important is it that they've just kept fighting all the way till the end?
It's been great. I think it's very important that I don't have a team that's gonna cash it in and just play the string out. These guys are out there like we're trying to fight our way into the playoffs. And you can't ask for anything more than that. That's a really good trade in a group of guys. And that's what they've been doing for a long time now. And, you know, they will continue. Well, we got 4 games left, so they're gonna, I guarantee you, we're gonna, you know, come out tomorrow and, you know, we won the series, so we're gonna try and win another game. You know, and then go into the weekend with the same energy and all, and, you know, we'd love to win out. If it can happen or not, but it's, they fought through a lot of, you know, we've had all kinds of games in this 10-game streak, and there's been a lot of playoff atmosphere type situations too.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.